Good morning to the Berry King followers. We are here at a new house inside Serengeti where the client has decided to do a complete turnkey solution. The house is only 1 year and 7 months old, which means that most of the water that's trapped inside the client's walls are due to trapped water. So in other words, they've built the house over a 3-year period. The house went through 3 years of rain season, which means that the water was trapped inside the walls, and the client had realized that he can't get the water out of these walls without going with an Aquapol technology. So the Aquapol technology will dry out the client's entire ground floor of his house, inside walls, outside walls, right through to his boundary walls, while we continue with the rest of the process from the roof down. Stay tuned while we proceed to the other areas and take further videos so you can understand the process of the installation of the Aquapol technology.
Hi, my name's Leon. My company is called Rapid Installations, and we manufacture aluminium windows, doors, stacking doors, shop fronts, the whole story. But now we have a problem with shop fronts. The shop fronts are made for under roof indoor shop fronts or whatever, but when you use them on houses where they in the open and they can get weathered with rain and wind and that, we need to seal them with a foam, which we've done here. Like this one wasn't sealed, so we've now done that. We've pumped the foam in, and you can see how the foam's coming out all over the place, which is sealing the whole frame, because the water gets into the frame and then eventually it goes inside the house. Then we've got a pivot door here, which when the rain hits this door, because we've got quite an open area here, the water will run in because your floor is flush. It hasn't got a threshold on the bottom to stop the water from coming in. So what we need to do now, we need to put rubbers on the edges of the doors. We'll remove the wool pile and we'll put a rubber on the inside, which will stop the water from going in, and then we'll put a rubber on the bottom as well to seal the door off, so the rain doesn't get in.
Okay, we're on the roof at the moment, and as you can see, we started with doing the overlaps and the screws with membrane and primer. This area here, we've applied the Krypton mesh running on the joint with an Armtech system running all the way down and all the way across. So this is the current system that we're going to be putting the white top coat on top. This has got a dirty old silver solvent on top, right through to these areas here. These areas here. Here you can see that it's applied with torch on. However, the water seems to not want to flow away, so this whole area running all the way across there would need to be reconstructed to actually allow this water to flow. If you can see where my finger's pointing over there, there's probably about a 5mm ridge, which means the water needs to be 6mm before it can go over. But if the water is less than 6mm, 5 or 4mm, it lands up pooling in an area like this by the outlet. And torch-on waterproofing cannot handle ponding water, so over time this area will just get completely deteriorated. We're at now the next outlet. As you can see, this area here is probably about 5, maybe 7mm in height. This water that's behind it here can't really leave here, because this water is probably about maybe a 2 or a 3 mil, which then allows water to stay back. It's into the torch-on waterproofing and starts creating cracks and so on and so forth. However, this area also would need to be reconstructed to allow better flow of water off this area. You'll realize once we've done this entire area, we're putting a Krypton mesh on top of it. So we're going to eliminate the seams in between and the system will be more of a seamless system than a system that's got joints in between. Now remember, with torch-on waterproofing, when you have joints, the torch-on waterproofing that you put down is normally 4mm. When you put another layer on top of that to do a joint, it then becomes 8mm. So that tells you that the water needs to be at least 9 or 10mm to be able to flow over. But if it doesn't flow over, as you can see across there, it basically just sits in those areas, waits for the sun to evaporate it, and the roof carries on living, I suppose. But the damages that are done are the damages that are caused by moisture, because torch-on waterproofing is not designed to handle ponding water. Okay, this is an outlet, or one of the outlets. You can see it's torch-on waterproofing. Poor flow of water. Water doesn't flow to this outlet. As you can see, what we did, we cut out the torch-on waterproofing, and we applied a formula-based screed to the existing screed, and the flow of water to the outlet is a lot better. We'll then continue with the process of waterproofing this area, and then moving on to the applying the top coat, the white top coat above the existing area. So to apply the white top coat above the existing area. So as you can see, we applied the white top coat here. The product that we've applied on top here is the white porcelain beads, much better heat reflectant compared to putting silver solvent above this area. Okay, as you can see, we're here at the windows. This is the preparation process where we are removing the paint that's between the aluminium frame and the sill. This wasn't done in the beginning when the frames were installed, so we now need to create a polyurethane line going all the way across the actual window, across there and down, and then the sill will have primer, 2 coats waterproofing, including a transparent membrane on the sill, and then the sides will have primer and berry seal 2 coats on the plaster towards the frame once we've actually put in the polyurethane line. Measurement of the next drill point, 14.86% moisture. That was the first process, first drill point to assess the plaster salt content on inside walls. Next stage is into the actual brick. And then the first core. Okay, sartorius measurements so far, as you can see how it's increasing. Okay, the Aquapol machine has now been installed. As you can see, we've ran the earth wire all the way down to the bottom to earth the device. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Aquapol technology. It'll dry out 500 square meters of ground floor, inside walls, outside walls, right through to your boundary walls with one machine. The beehive, the space tech, science engineered, amazing technology. Get one now.
Yeah.
Checking the high frequency around the Aquapol machine so that there's no interference.
Fine.
Perfect. Okay, as we can see, we're measuring the device. Measurement should be below the green.
Yeah, it's
Fine.
fine. 100%.
Okay, welcome back to Berry King Waterproofing. We're here now on the roof showing you the completion of our material. However, we've applied material over existing torch-on waterproofing so that the client doesn't need to maintain his waterproofing in future. This is a top coat with porcelain beads. It reflects the sun, doesn't retain the heat. The ambient temperature improves in the inside first floor area. We used a Krypton mesh over the existing torch-on waterproofing so that you didn't require any further maintenance to this area where we've applied our material. Clip lock roof. We've done a service on the screws and the overlaps. Client will plan to spray soon, and that's basically project completion. Excellent work by our team at Berry King Waterproofing. You can see our finishes and our processes is a lot different compared to your traditional methods of waterproofing. And thanks to the client for entrusting Berry King Waterproofing. Bye for now.